On to this very special discussion. You know, one spends best years of one's life running around, running after a job, home, taking care of the family. So when you really hit your golden years, it's time to take it slow, enjoy life on your own terms. There's several senior citizen homes or retirement communities that do give you that complete freedom to be your own boss and also be well taken care of. The good news is that an offshoot trust of the best known NGO for the elderly, that's HelpAge, has now tied up with developers to provide them with technical know-how and get the designs of these special homes and apartments and complexes just right. That's Age Ventures India Limited. Today we've got with us one of the developers who's tied up with them, Kailash Advani, Executive Director, BCV Developers, Bangalore. Kailash, thank you very much for joining in on this very special discussion. And in the Delhi studio with me, Arun Gupta, Chief Executive of Age Ventures India Limited. I'm sure Arun will have a lot of good things to say about his own company, Kailash. So I'm going to first toss the question to you. Why did you tie up with them?
Yeah, well, let me start by clarifying that, okay, while my company is BCV Developers, it's part of Brigade Group and it's an SPV, one of the few SPVs that we have. And we are developing a 130-acre, a very comprehensive development, what we would like to call an inclusive development, about 10 minutes from the international airport in Bangalore. So in that development, we have from single bedroom units going up to villas. So you have price points of 18-20 lakhs going up to 3 crores. And we also have tied up with Steve Waugh for a sports academy in 5 disciplines. We will have a school, we are tying up with Columbia Asia Hospitals for a clinic and hopefully later a full-scale hospital. And we have a high-end club. And we thought a very important part would be also a home for senior citizens, not to be confused with old age homes, because these are people who are still very young mentally. Maybe the body is giving way, the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. But they certainly have everything else going for them. So in the middle of a integrated development like this, they have a chance to not only live out their private lives, but also participate in community activities. So every aspect of their life would be taken care of, whether it be physical, mental, intellectual. I mean, they could interact with school children, take classes for them. We'll be having an art village where they could go and learn a sculpture or pottery, or, I mean, we have a lot of big plans. So it was just, I think Age Ventures was in the right place at the right time, and we approached them. And we've kept aside about 4 acres, and which will come to about 142 units for this segment.
All right, fair enough. Arun, I mean, explain to us or tell us, why should developers be tying up with Age Ventures? What is it? Because there are a lot of senior citizen projects and homes. We've covered a few which do tend to have everything which are, you know, all the facilities and the small things which you require being a senior citizen. What is it that you're providing which is extra?
You see, what we have done is we tied up with there's HelpAge India and Methodist Housing, and we are trying to bring in UK standards of old age into India. One of the key thing here is that the word retire is a wrong word to use in house. You know, you retire from life, you retire from work. And the moment one retires from work, one comes back to home, the office is replaced by home. So it's a 24-hour requirement. The need there is more. So essentially what happens is the home has to be redesigned for a person to spend 24 hours into 7 around the year. And that also till the end of the life. So these have to be designed as what is called a future-proof home for the senior citizen till the end of the life.
Sure.
There's a need to give them a very structured healthcare facility. In any other project that we are doing, besides tying up with a hospital where we get a doctor during the day, a 24-hour nurse, we got continuous care rooms there, where the person which can get with a nervous stroke or gets a dementia, who is bedridden, can be taken care of till the last. Now that is a facility which is unique and a USP in all our projects that we are doing, is structure. We got a very good program there where to spend their time. We got, in Bangalore for example, we don't have it, but in Jaipur we got, where we tied up with the ARG group, we got 4 hobbies room. there's a library, there's an auditorium, there are all the indoor games there. So it's a full club along with the hobbies room, art, craft, ladies cooking demo room. You know, where you can go out, and it's an air conditioned comfort, you can go out and spend your day. It invites you to come out of the home into the place to spend your time. So that's the other thing we do. Third thing, which is very important, is we are a not-for-profit. We are driven by a passion to take care of the elders. We look after, and we are supposed to look after them and manage the facilities post the developer move out after having sold it, not with the purpose of profit, but with the purpose to give service to the elders. So that's our point of USP that we have in all of our projects.
Okay, Kailash, now you know all the facilities that we are talking about will have costs attached to them as well. The other big concern is that, you know, when you do retire from work, even though you'd like to keep yourself occupied, you don't necessarily have very big budgets. Not everyone can afford a luxury project. What's the pricing point of the project that you have in Bengaluru?
Yeah, in our case, we are looking at around 40 to 50 lakhs, plus or minus 5%. These are basically single bedroom studies and 2-bedroom units. And there are two aspects to it. One is your capital investment, and two is your monthly outgoings, because as you grow older, you need a lot more care. So there would be a fixed component which would cover your meals and your housekeeping and stuff, and a few social activities, and a variable component that would depend on your medical needs. But we figure that around 10 to 15,000 a month is what it would cost to live very comfortably out there. And today I don't think 40 to 50 lakhs for a high-end specifications and a very comfortable, these senior citizens housing has to be larger than a normal housing. A single bedroom would be in the range of say 70 square meters of built up area. Forget about the common areas, because it has to be wheelchair friendly, the wheelchair radius, the shelving has to be lower, your granite counters, you need some storage space for wheelchairs. We don't know who is going to move in. Even your corridors have to be much larger. I mean, the other stuff like anti-skid tiles and grab bars, and these are very standard things that anybody could figure out. But again, coming back to why we went to Age Ventures is really who is going to run a place like that professionally and satisfactorily once we hand it over. I mean, it's not going to be the first retirement home in, I would not say retirement, senior citizen housing in Bangalore. We have 6 or 7 going already, and some have been launched recently, but none of them really have the credentials, the tie-ups that Age Ventures and MHA can offer us.
Okay, so you come in both at the design stage and then you do the entire maintenance post the construction, isn't it?
Right. So we are basically a service
so
provider.
Facility management.
We are a service provider to the developer and a service provider to the senior citizens. Both of them at two ends.
Okay, and because it's non-for-profit, so essentially what do? You cover your cost, but that's about it.
Yeah, that's about it.
All right. So
and
that's
we're getting
reason.
a very good support from Methodist Housing for that. We're going to send our people there, the project manager there for training. They're going to send an expert over here to start the operations. So that they're going to send a team every year to do a satisfaction level audit of the residents. Are they satisfied living in the retirement home or not?
Okay.
So that's the critical thing. What we do is we also tied up with the university for each of a retirement home, where the senior citizen can go and teach, mentor students, be a guest lecturer, do case study, and do if they want the PhD now.
I think that's when I looked at what Age Ventures was doing, I actually got very excited about that part. Just the ability for them to go out, interact with the younger generation through teaching, and you do need quality teachers, so it's meeting a very, very big gap in a very nice way. So projects Chennai, we talked about the Brigade Group. As it is, it has a very, very good reputation. So you're starting with them, and you also have a Jaipur venture and a Chennai venture.
ARG Group, that's 196 apartments. The price point there is between 33 to 37 lakh, depending on a 1-bedroom study and a 2-bedroom. It has got the maximum facilities compared to any other one. We got Chennai with Shriram Properties, again a very big brand. They don't need a brand to sell, but they can do it on their own. And they're of course waiting for a regulatory approvals to come, because it was already an existing project. We were given a plate size and the footings, and we were supposed to work on that come out with the
Even
plan.
That would work. I mean, it could work.
It would, no,
well.
but at times it makes something unviable, because the super build-up area increases.
Okay.
But they all have essential facilities like a guest room, the high dependence care room, and we tied up with SRM University and SRM Hospital for them.
All right.
Like we did with Fortis for Jaipur.
Fair enough. Arun and Kailash, thank you very much for bringing this very interesting tie-up project and of course just the whole gamut of what can be done with senior citizen homes in the country. Pleasure to have you gentlemen on the show today. Okay, we're going to be back in just a moment and of course just a reminder, all the contact details are on your screen. Pick up the phone and do call us if you've got real estate on your mind or anything else that you'd like to know about these senior citizens.